Hey guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. I am, and you are not. How are you today? What's going on, guys? Guys, Gypsy Horror. Well, first, let me say some stuff. Before I just go there, yeah. So first, let me just say thank you so much. Thank you so much. It was a great birthday weekend. Thank you, guys. Thank you for your super chats, your PayPals, your Cash Apps, the memberships, the merchandise you guys got, the subscriptions, the likes, the shares. Thank you so much, guys. Guys, thank you and thank you and thank you so much. I appreciate you. And I hope that you appreciate me. It seems like so. I mean, I get a lot of love, so I thank you guys a million times. I thank you guys. Guys, I've been blocked from the Gypsy Horror. Yeah, she blocked me. She don't like me, so I have to find things to see from different channels. And a big concern is this: if that's real, there is huge concerns because Gypsy shouldn't be dealing with children, to be honest with you. I mean, I don't think she should be dealing with her own child, but she shouldn't be dealing with children at all because the thing is that she manipulates people and she has no conscience. She can get a child to do anything she wants that child to do because Gypsy is one of the master manipulators, and we know this because of what's behind her. How Ryan still won't speak out. How Ken is basically mortified of her, to be honest with you, he is. And Nick won't speak out. Her parents don't seem to be speaking out, and the one parent she has is DEAD. So nobody has stopped Gypsy in her spree of letting the world know who Gypsy is. And the thing is, they don't let Gypsy know, they don't let the world know who Gypsy is. Gypsy is portraying herself as somebody that she's not a kind person. Which kind person unalives their mom? You know any kind people that unalive their mom? I'm just asking. You know any kind people that go ahead and use people to get an address to get out of prison only to go ahead and F them over and continue to manipulate them years later? I mean, do you know that? It's been a year more or less since since she left Ryan, since she just vanished after sex. And now what is it? Now she's picking, and her life is so boring. Like, here's a woman whose life is so boring that she's got to go back and just pick the scabs off of her ex-boyfriend for content. Content. She also has to, as you know, like, have other people do her dirty work, but she's the one that is behind the scenes. Now, do you call that a coward? Do you call that somebody very smart and the people that do her dirty work are just morons? Is it a combination of both? Because that would be who. I'm just asking. Like, again, we haven't seen one evidence of proof that Gypsy was ever ABUSED'd. There isn't a picture of Gypsy crying. All the pictures we see of Gypsy Horror are pictures of her laughing and smiling and getting everything she wants at Disney World and at the, what is it, the Comic Cons or the Vision Cons or whatever the hell. Everything about Dee Dee was about Gypsy. Everything to make Gypsy happy, to probably, as we are seeing now of Gypsy's behavior, it might have been just to keep peace. Like, I can't imagine. Can you imagine Dee Dee saying, no, we can't do that to Gypsy? To the Gypsy that we know and love? I can't imagine. Can you imagine that? And what, you think Gypsy's just going to go in a room and say, all right, Mama, no worries. No. No, no, no. She'll come out threatening. I'm going to tell people this. I'm going to tell people that. We know how Gypsy is. She didn't just become this way. She's been this way. I guarantee you that she probably used her own grift to like bribe her mom, blackmail her mom by, seriously. There's no doubt in my mind that she probably said, Mama, if you don't do this, I'm going to tell him about that. Because see, the only thing that Gypsy loves, Ken, Aurora, Ryan, Nick, Christy, Rod, Mia, but Mia's on board. Mia knows what the fuck is going on. And so does Christy. The only thing that Gypsy loves is Gypsy. And deep down inside, I don't think Gypsy really loves Gypsy. That's where all of this stuff is coming to the surface. If Gypsy was at peace with Gypsy, and she'll never be at peace. She'll never be at peace until she goes back to prison and she puts her head in a Bible and somebody takes that Bible and closes it on her, or and takes the big Bibles, and maybe a Torah from the Jewish religion, and they just beat her over the head with it. Because Gypsy is incapable of learning. You know, Gypsy doesn't want to learn. Gypsy thinks that whatever she's got in her little head, that little teeny weeny bit of life experience, is enough to share with the whole world.
Y'all crack up as much as I did whenever Gypsy said she was Switzerland and Ken said he was Germany, and she had no.
Yes, It's so funny that you say that, because I was thinking about that earlier. And I was like, it's just the irony for me.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't have the best education myself. I was homeschooled and stuff. And I understand the not actually having an opportunity to learn. But those are just the kind of things that if you pay any attention to the world around you, you pick up on. Like, everybody knows about Germany and Switzerland and that World War.
Yeah, no, that's a joke. You like, there's so many questions.
How fucking stupid can you be? You lived in a wheelchair and had your mom do everything for you. You lived in a grift. You lied more than you breathed, and you think you have something to offer us? You don't even know the reference. You don't even know the reference to being Switzerland. You took that from Twilight and didn't even realize what the reference was. That Twilight used it. How fucking stupid can you be? You lived in a wheelchair and had your mom do everything for you. You lived in a grift. You lied more than you breathed, and you think you have something to offer us? And your mindless minions think, what is it that she has to offer us? Her movie references when it comes to World War meanings and importances, or what? The Nazi regime? I don't know. I mean, is that what she's going to teach her kid? No, we'll get it all from the movies and we'll know it all. And somebody thinks that's okay. And your mindless minions think, what is it that she has to offer us? Where? What? Her survival skills of getting Nick Godejohn, somebody who's on disability, somebody who's diminished capacity, to unalive her mom. And it took her 2 years to do that. 2 years to take a disabled person in the mind, somebody with autism, somebody who knew better and kept trying for 2 years to get Gypsy to change her mind, and finally manipulated and worn down so much that he finally gave in to her idea. And this is somebody who's going to talk to kids. This is somebody who has a social media platform. What is it about Gypsy that's appealing? Somebody tell me. Somebody, just one person, tell me what is appealing about Gypsy Rose. Where is her talent? One person, her talent. Please, somebody tell me a talent of hers. Somebody tell me what's appealing about her. Where is the good heart? Where is the advocacy? Where is the I want to work at being a good mommy for my daughter, but I'll just spend 5 seconds Googling something. Why give me a book that I can read? Which obviously she said she read those books. She should know a little bit of something like a car seat and how to set the car seat in the car and then set the baby in the car seat. One of the most important things, but people have said this, and it's a horrible thing to say. But it does make me wonder if that baby is safe. I've wondered if the baby is safe alone because the girl just has no experience. But to put your child in a car seat that it's not attached, let alone isn't attached. The baby's not really attached in the car seat, right? Gypsy, who gives a fuck about her? I'm honest with you. I don't care if she flies through a window because the baby, in my opinion, be better off without her. I don't have a problem wishing or wanting Gypsy's own behavior to bite her in the ass. And if that means her flying through a windshield because she doesn't have her seatbelt on, yeah, I'd much rather see her fly through the windshield than the baby. Makes you wonder what she's setting her baby up for. You guys, a lot of you, have written to me and said, Toddy, why does she keep bringing up SIDS? Why does she keep bringing up SIDS? Why it looks like she's looking for an excuse. Well, when you take that and you take the picture of the baby in the car seat, please somebody, who's looking out for this kid? Because this is neglect. This is somebody that clearly doesn't give a shit, is strictly for optics, but can't even get the optics right because anybody with any kind of experience says this baby's not strapped in correctly. And then somebody sends me this picture, the car seat's not even strapped in. So it makes you wonder, do you really have the safety of Aurora as your best interest? Or are you looking to be a victim again? That's the thing. Guys, Gypsy does not have the capability to love and care. That inside of her is broken. It's broken. So the fact that she has one child that is counting on her, please, whoever is in charge, this baby cannot be the responsibility of Gypsy Rose or her nimwit love person, Ken. God knows. Can't be. This child's in danger with these two people. The world is in danger with these two people. They have no business. There is nothing talented about them. I was a waitress for years. I was a server. I loved waiting on tables. I was a server. Did that make me popular? Nope. I used to wear kind of like the same outfit as Ken in a couple of the restaurants I've worked at. I told you guys I always had like a second job. I loved waiting on tables. Loved it. So where is Ken and Gypsy's popularity? What are they talented about? What are they can't even tell a story. They're not even good at storytelling. They're not good at content creating. They're just not good. Gypsy, all she's counting on is the infamy of unaliving her mom. And that's what Ken has, as Judge Judy says, latched his little train to. That star, the one that unalived your mother-in-law. Dumb fuck. Guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. I am Toddy One Skip. And yeah, I think that CPS should really see these pictures, because if something were to happen to that baby, it's not enough that, the parole board and everything and all that. There would still be a child that we saw with our own eyes not being cared for. And I really think that we need to let people know what's going on here, because there's nothing I would put past Gypsy. She is heartless. There is no remorse in her. I'm telling you, the soul of that person is broken. 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 non-repairable. Guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. I am Toddy One Skip. Tell me what you think. Seriously. And please like, subscribe, and share. A quarter of you aren't subscribed. Come on over. If you don't like it, you can leave. We don't serve Kool-Aid, and we don't make you stay. Be better today than you were yesterday, not half as good as you'll be tomorrow. Thanks, guys.